Hello everyone. In this session, we'll see a program that is a C++ lab programs. So here is a program to find frequency of the presence of an element in an array. Okay. So mainly what you mean by frequency? It's nothing but a number of occurrences of a repeating element in an array. Okay. So we need to find the element or number of occurrences of that element in a particular given array. Okay, so that in order to perform this operation, first we need to include header files, that is iostream.h. As include iostream.h in the sense we are including input and output stream header files, and conio.h, that is console input output.h. So while using conio.h we can use clear screen and getch function in our program. Okay, so and as include iomanip.h. For manipulation purpose we are using this header files. Okay, so it's all about classes and objects. So that here I am creating a class called frequency. Okay, so most of the time first letter of the class name must be capital letter, because compiler can easily find out the class. So that we need to give a class name of a first letter as a capital one. Okay, so this flower braces, opening of the flower braces indicates that we are opening the class. That means scope of a class starts from here, and here we have some data members and member function. Okay, so private is a default access specifier. So if you are not specifying any access specifier in the sense, that will be private by default. Okay, so here we have four variables: n, m of 100, element, and frequency. Okay, so n is nothing but to take the size of an array, and m of 100 is nothing but collection of an array elements. Then EL is nothing but element which needs to be searched in that elements, among the elements, and here is a frequency variable. Okay, so these are the data members of a class called frequency. So these are the data members, and here we have a member function called get data, find frequency, and display. Okay, so public is a access specifier here. So get data, find frequency, and display are the member functions. Okay, so which is declared inside the class but defining outside the class. So here it ends the scope of a class. Okay, how to define any member function outside the class? Already we know the syntax. That means we need to specify the return type, then class name, scope resolution operator. This double colon is nothing but scope resolution operator that indicates that we can able to access the member function outside the class. So as we all know that here the class scopes or class definition ends, we are accessing these member function outside the class. So this syntax needs to be followed, right? So then get data is a member function here. Get data in the sense we are getting some data from the users in order to perform these operations. Okay, so this indicates opening of that get data function. So in cout statement we have that enter the size of an array. So we need to specify the size, whether it can be 5, 4, 10, anything. Okay, so if it is 5 in the sense it will allow us to give 5 elements. If it is 4 in the sense, if the size of an array is 10 in the sense, we can able to enter 10 elements into an array. Okay, so that enter the size of an array. So we need to specify the size. So C in n value. Okay, then cout enter the elements into array. Enter n elements. We are not specifying any double quotes for this variable n. If you are not specifying any variable within double quotes, then that will going to display its value instead of that variable as a statement. If anything is enclosed between the double quotes within cout, then that will be displayed on a screen as a statement. If you are using any variable without double quotes in a cout in the sense, then it's going to display its value which is reside in that variable. For example, if I have enclosed this n within double quotes, then that will be displayed on screen like double quotes in that means n. It will appears on the screen as n. If I am not specifying any double quotes in the sense, that will display its value whatever which is given in the size of array. Okay, so here we are taking more than one element, so that we are using for loop for int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, so index starts from 0 up to less than n. If it is 5, then it's going to check whether I value is less than 5 or not, like that. Okay, then increment. Here in for loop we have three parameter. So first parameter is for assignment, and second parameter is for comparisons or any operation purpose, and last parameter is for either increment or decrement. It can be pre-increment, post increment, or pre and post decrement. Okay, so in order to take any elements of an array, we have a variable called m of I. So in this already we specified that m of 100, that means up to 100 element it's eligible to hold the elements. Okay, so we need to specify the value, that means search element. We need to specify the search element. For example, if we have 5 elements in an array, in the sense I need to search whether which element is presented more number of times, or I need to find the frequency of a presence of an element in an array. Okay, so that we need to take another variable called ele, that is searching element among those elements of an array. Okay, so it's all about get data. We need to specify the size, then elements and the search element. Then we'll see the calculation now. So void frequency, here we are defining the member function find frequency outside the class. So return type is a so here is the syntax, that means we need to specify the return type. Here void is a return type, and class name here nothing but frequency. Scope resolution operators allows to access the member function outside the class. So find frequency is a member function here. So I'm assigning the frequency value to 0. Initially frequency is 0. For example, I have 5 elements, in the sense all the elements frequency will be 0 initially. Okay, then so here we have for loop. For int I equals to 0, I less than an I plus plus. So I'm going to check if element is equal to m of I. For example, I need to check whatever the element or searching element is equal to m of I. It must be within the element which is given by the user. Okay, then if it is equal, that means we are using double equals, in the sense so this equals and this double equals has a difference. That means this equals, single equals is nothing but we are assigning some value to the left variable. That means I am assigning the 0 into this frequency variable, but here we have double equals. That means double is equal to, in the sense we are checking is it equal to this one. Okay, is LHS is equal to RHS. If it is true, then frequency will be incremented by 1. If it is not, then it will not going to increment any value. For example, consider n value as a 5, and I have element called 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I want to search the element 3. Okay, it's going to check in a first iteration. When the I value is 0, it's going to check whether 0 is less than 5. Okay, 0 is less than 5 absolutely. Okay, right, at that time it going to check if that element is equal to m of I. M of I in the sense m of 0. Okay, so m of 0 is nothing but first element, that means 1. Okay, I'm searching for 3. 3 is equal to 1, no, then frequency will not be incremented to 1. Again it going to check by the next iteration. Then at the time I becomes 1. 1 is less than n, true. Then it will going to check is 1 is equal to 3, no. Okay, then frequency will not be incremented by 1. Again it will going to increment the value of I by 1. Then it's again going to check is 2 is less than 5. That is true. Then again it going to check is 2 is equal to m of 5, false. Okay, it will be incremented by 1. I will be incremented by 1. It's going to check is 3 is less than 5. Okay, if it is true, then it's going to come with if element, if loop. That means is 3 is equal to 3, because I am searching the element called 3. Okay, I am finding a frequency of 3. 3 is equal to m of I. So m of I is nothing but m of 3. Okay, that means a third element. M of 3 is nothing but fourth element, because index starts with 0. It's going to check if it's matched, then frequency will be incremented by 1. Okay, like that it will going to loop until I value is less than n. Then when I value becomes 6, that means I have taken n as a 5. So when the I value is more than 5, that means more than n, at that time it comes out of the loop and it will stop the iteration. Okay, So this is how we need to find the frequency. And here we have another member function called display. Okay, so void frequency, scope resolution operator, and display. If frequency is greater than 0, it must be greater than 0. That means if it is not occurring even one time, in the sense that does not exist, right? So frequency of any element must be greater than 1. That means it should not be negative value, or it's not in a element length. Okay, so if frequency is greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, for example, if it is 1, 2, 3, like that, then it's going to display the frequency of that element. That means frequency of element is nothing but searching element. Okay, is frequency. Whatever the value which is included in this frequency, that will be displayed here. Or else, see out, element does not exist. That means I'm searching some elements within that array. If that does not exist, then it will going to display a statement like does not exist. Okay, and it ends the display member function. Okay, so it's all about get data, find frequency, and display member function. After that, we have a main function, that is void main. Okay, so we need to create an object for a class. So it indicates the opening of the main function, and here we have a class called frequency. Object name is f. So we can create any number of objects for that particular class. There is no limit for the creation of a class, for creation of an object for class. Okay, and clear screen, in order to clear the screen which is including previous outputs. Okay, so here I am calling a member function called get data, find frequency, and display respectively with the help of dot operator. Okay, that will going to fetch the data which is present in that member function. For example, f dot get data, in the sense the control will be moved back to the get data function. At that time, it will going to fetch the value of n elements and search element, right? Then after getting all the data, it's going to find the frequency by checking is element is equal to m of I. If it is true, then frequency will be incremented to 1, right? Then f dot display. After that, get ch in order to get the display screen, and this indicates the closing of main function. Okay, so now we'll compile the program. It's all about how to find a frequency of an element which is occur in that given array value. Okay, so alt F9 is for compile. So here I don't have any errors or warnings. Then control F9 in order to run. Okay, so here it asking for a size of an array. I need to specify the size, that means 6. Okay, so enter 6 elements into an array. Because I have used in cout statement n value, enter n elements into an array. So that here the value of n is 6. So it's asking us to enter 6 elements into an array. Okay, so I'm going to enter 10, 20. So you can give any value here. Okay, and 50, and one more time 50. Okay, so I'm end up with 6 elements. I need to search the element, that means frequency of an element. For example, I'm going to give this as a 50. So what is the frequency of 50? How many times it occurs in this elements array? 2 times. So the result must be 50 occurs 2 times. So we'll see now, right? So frequency of 50 is how much? 2. Okay, so we'll see another output which is for does not exist. So I'm going to take the size of an array as 4. Then I'm going to enter 4 elements. Okay, enter the search element. I'm going to give an element which is not present in this array. For example, we should give the value which is not enclosed between these array elements. For example, 22, 32, 11, and 67 are the elements of an array. Okay, except those value, you give any another value. Okay, so what is going to display? 10 does not exist in that element. Okay, so these two are the possibilities of a array value. That means frequency of an array element. So you need to take those two outputs. For example, one is for frequency, in order to find the frequency of an element which is presented in that array, and another output is for values or an element which does not exist in that array. Okay, so it's all about your first program of computer science of second PUC, in order to find the frequency of the presence of an element in an array using classes and objects. Okay, thank you.